Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Token Games Podcast. I'm your host and referee, Zach Stat Pearson, and today I'm joined by the one and only, literally, Officer 9000 plus one.
You're under arrest.
Who's a little bit under the weather today, so you'll have to excuse him. That aside, alright, so topic one. Tokyo Game Show should be starting not too soon after this podcast. I believe it's next week or the following week. So we'll just say, what are your last minute predictions, even though it's technically not really last minute, for what's going to be there and what do you want to see there? Now, topic three, because we couldn't do two. Two was related to the Smash Brothers SNK character, but we know who it is. Terry Bogard, the Are You OK Buster Wolf King. So yeah, topic three. What year do you think Nintendo will officially create a brand new portable system? Oops, sorry, I read that wrong. What year do you think Nintendo will stop physically producing the Nintendo 3DS? Let's be honest, it's probably going to be soon. Or do you think there's still a chance that Nintendo will create a brand new portable system that is only meant to be portable besides the Switch Lite? Topic 4. What do you think Disney and Marvel have to do possibly to get live-action Spider-Man back into the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Topic 5. A new form of television is currently heading towards commercial market in the format known as micro LED, which will bring the total of LED-type televisions to about 4, I want to say. Do you think that this new form of television is too early to be put into the market, or are we going to see one of the first true television-based format wars in these next coming years? Small reminder, there is QLED, LED, OLED, and now MLED. All right, officer, go ahead. Give us your intuition.
Well, let's see here. Alright, topic 1. I'm thinking, admittedly, some of these are probably going to be obvious, but whatever. We're probably going to see more stuff on Pokemon Sword and Shield. We're probably going to see more, gameplay for that weird-ass Death Stranding game Kojima's working on. I imagine there's probably going to be a more info released on Persona 5 Royal. Now, as for what might not be as obvious, I'm thinking Capcom is going to reveal, hey, we're doing a Resident Evil 3 remake. Let's see here. Other than that, now this is a super long shot. There's like a 0.05% chance a miracle happening is Sega saying, hey, we're doing something with Skies of Arcadia.
You know what? I'm really starting to get fucking pissed about everybody taking that goddamn answer from me. I know you motherfuckers know I'm gonna say Skies of Arcadia 2.
Sorry.
No, you ain't. You enjoying it.
Alright. Other than that, can't really think of many more predictions off the top of my head. So, top 3. I'm thinking they'll probably stop physical production of 3DS sometime within the next year or so, because they've already got Switch, and they're probably going to be going with that for at least a few more years before they go and, make a new console, which, seeing as the, crazy success of the Switch, it's probably going to be another handheld one. That much is, definitely going to be a thing, but it's probably going to come out long after the physical production of the 3DS is stopped. Alright, topic 4. Well, maybe, I don't know, let Sony get some of the merchandise money. Say, hey, we'll let you get some of the merchandise money. Come on, Sony. Ball's in your court. You know everyone's going to hate you otherwise. Which, whether or not it's justified, largely depends on the reasons for their refusal, but that's whatever. Alright. So yeah, top 4 offer to give them some of the merch money. As for topic 5, I'm unfamiliar with this. What exactly is the difference between these various formats, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, I don't mind you asking, but I wish you would look at the fucking links that everybody put up. But long story short, LED is what you want to think of as the equivalent of the basic bitch. However, it is reliable because it is consistent. The LED is what all these other units have at their most basic levels. It's like the difference between a Mac and a PC. They're different computers, but they're both computers. All these different letters are different LEDs, but they're all LEDs. Now, the OLED is what's known as organic. That's why it's got the O. What they do for their LED is put in a chemical fluid type thing mixture that I don't know what all is in it, but I think even if I did, it would be like a company secret or something. And they put that in front of the screen or on the screen, so it actually increases the color of the LEDs and also the ability to show color range. The trade-off with OLEDs is that they have an automatic built-in light reduction because remember, this is an organic material. So something within an organic material makes the screen and lighting ability naturally darken. You can lose up to, I believe, 20 or 10% of your screen's highest brightness level, no matter how long you have it. So, yeah. It's like a firework. They're beautiful, but after that first explosion, you got to work for it. So after that time goes away, you either gotta increase the brightness or sell the TV, send it in, buy yourself a new one. Now QLED is a little bit weird / different. A QLED, because there's 2 versions. There's QLED which was just a marketing name for an LED television brand that Samsung had, but there's also a actual QLED, which they call the quantum LED. But ironically, Samsung also makes that television too. That's why so I don't really, it's kind of weird, but basically for the time being, only the regular true quantum LED is. The quantum LED is basically the same as a regular LED. The difference is that the subpixel, which is what is comprised of an actual pixel, is smaller. Now, again, all this comes with a grain of salt because I don't have that video explanation directly in front of me, which I feel like I shouldn't have to. But basically, a regular pixel divided by 4 pieces creates a pixel. Those pieces, though, are not called smaller pixel or fraction pixel. They're called subpixel. When you put 4 of those together, you get a full pixel. However, with the QLED, their subpixels are even smaller, which allows for, less chances and odds of, sharpness, over sharpening. Color gambit is still pretty big, but it doesn't have the same issue as the organic LED of losing or automatically darkening itself over time because there's no organic parts in it. Now, MLED, this one, it's a little bit unique. The M basically stands for micro. But unlike the other ones, the level / scale that it goes to shrink the size of the pixel is far, far, far above the QLED. I don't have the exact stuff in front of me because that would stretch this video out longer than it really needs to be. But I would say Google it for a more exact definition. and maybe you can copy paste it in and we can read it off later. But basically, what makes the MLED more unique isn't just the fact that it's got an even smaller pixel base and can hit naturally higher refresh rates as well as resolutions, but it can also link up with other MLED screens, kind of sort of like, you know, a transformer or really just a puzzle that you're building and get bigger. So you could have one 1080 MLED screen and then hook up an independent link mechanism with another MLED screen. So now you got, let's see, 2160. I think that's 1080 times 2. And you won't see, yeah, and you won't see any seams or any type of creases or anything unless you're up really, really, really close, you know?
Okay. So, from the sounds of it, yeah, there's probably going to be a format war here. Well, from the sounds of it, it's likely going to be between the QLED and the MLED more so, as the OLED, I don't know about that one. It sounds like it's honestly a bit limited. If only because of the natural darkening that it will go through because the organic fits in it. But yeah, it sounds like there's going to be a format war, and I think it's the main players are going to be Q and M LEDs.
Okay, interesting opinion. All right, I guess now it's my turn. As far as topic one, I mean, as if it wasn't obvious, I think we're going to see that new co-op Resident Evil game coming to Tokyo Game Show. As far as wishful thinking, sorry, motorcycle going by. As far as wishful thinking, the reveal of Dante in Smash Bros. You know? Look, they released Devil May Cry 1 on the Switch last month. They released Devil May Cry 2 on the Switch this month. Even though they have an HD collection, I feel like they're counting up to something. Look what they did with Resident Evil. They released some of the Resident Evil games on the Switch. Then they released piecemeal after piecemeal after piecemeal of the numbered titles. Personally, I think they shouldn't leave out Revelations, but at this point, if they put Revelations out on the Switch, which I think they did, I'm not sure. First off, it needs to be both of them at once, and there need to be motion control aiming, but also add new content. You know, maybe a little bit of graphical polish. It's not that hard. The Switch is stronger than the Wii U. So theoretically, you know, even though they could use the excuse of, well, the game might slow down. I'm like, bitch, we know what dock mode is. There's a lot of people who only play in dock mode. It's an actual thing, you know? Other than that, I want to see an actual gameplay trailer for No More Heroes 3. Suda51 confirmed that it is 50% done, roughly. But also, I would like a demo, please. And I don't mean a Final Fantasy style, why have you forsaken us demo that no one can play unless you physically show up. No, no, no. I want a demo I can fucking download too. Come on now. We don't want the demos because we hate you. We want the demos because we love you. I also predict, and I don't really care about it right now because I'm content with what I get. I predict Nintendo will show off some Fire Emblem Three Houses DLC. Or at least a trailer for the DLC.
This quick?
Now, as far as the skipped over topic 2 going into 3, fuck it. I think they're going to kill out the 3DS this year. And I think if they do make another system, it won't be portable. It'll be that super hyper ultra mega Switch. I don't think it'll come out this year. They may announce pre-orders this year, but I don't think it'll drop this year. But I think that we might see this beefed up Popeye with some spinach in them Switch. Man, that's a whole old reference. I hope motherfuckers understand it. Fun fact, Robin Williams played Popeye in the live action movie. That being
Yeah.
said, topic 4. I don't think there's shit they can do. They can't buy the company because that would be illegal. So unless they literally throw Star Wars grade money at them, they're not going to get Spider-Man from Sony. Or what'll happen is they'll only get live action Spider-Man, but they can't have cartoon Spider-Man. Or vice versa. They'll sell cartoon Spider-Man, but not live action Spider-Man rights. This shit is so dumb. Let me just say how fucking dumb it is. When you live in a world where you can make something that someone who you let borrow it fucks up, but because you have a contract that can be infinitely renewed, you can't stop them from doing it. It's bad enough we got literal sports stadiums bleeding taxpayer money like that. But you can do it with somebody's characters, and it could potentially go on long after you're dead. Man.
Yeah, it's been bullshit.
Like, I understand when old deals, people didn't expect things to go for as long as they did, or they didn't know how to manage characters that were going to have, indirect immortality like Batman, Superman. There's been all types of legal debates about the teams that made those characters and shit like that. There's documentaries on it, not even joking. But this shit, I don't even have the words to describe how dysfunctional the whole Spider-Man Sony Marvel relationship inherently is.
It's certainly quite a mess.
Also, I'm expecting a late entry and possible potential new member to the podcast today. Surprise, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to send him a link real quick, and I'm going to continue answering my questions.
Right out.
Okay, not gonna lie, I've been putting off using the Control K feature on Discord. I've been using it for the past 3 days. I am fucking loving it.
What's Control K do?
Read the top left-hand corner. Like I don't hate when, apps I use a lot do big updates, but I usually ignore most of them because most of the updates don't pertain to me unless it's security based. But man, I'm actually kicking myself in the teeth for ignoring Control K. I just sent him the entire invite and all that shit in like barely 10 seconds, when normally it would take me maybe a full minute or close to it to fish around for it.
Wow, shit.
I know. Kicking myself in the pants about it. All right, so yeah, which question was on? Yeah, I was on topic 4, right? Oh yeah, topic 4. So I think the only thing they can do besides throw billions of dollars for him back is they would have to do something insane that Marvel would agree to, but Disney would never agree to. In my opinion, I have to stress, in my opinion, of basically offering them something insane like you get 70% of the merchandising rights sales. Sony, just to play ball, already had most of that merchandising rights sale for the past couple movies when it came to Spider-Man. But like, make it something stupid. Like, here's 70-80%. Now, obviously, going down the line, it would turn into some other bullshit like, oh, well, we're going to sue Marvel because, we didn't make enough money off of the merchandise because they didn't make a lot of merchandise with him on it. It's like, how about they give you merchandise creation rights? The keys to the kingdom, but you give them like 40%. Make all the shit you want to. Yeah, I know. But that's the crazy thing. Sony said, nah, we out, bro. Because Marvel asked him to pay 50-50. It's not like they can't afford it. The PlayStation Network store makes, I think, what was it, 40%? No, I mean not 40, like 10% of fucking Sony as a company's entire sales. Man, come on.
I can believe it.
You got fucking money. Oh my god, like fucking just so stupid. Just so fucking stupid. We have to suffer for the bullshit that we didn't even create. Anyways, I'm gonna miss you, Tom Holland. Sometimes mommy and daddies fight, and they fight so much they can't be around each other or like each other anymore. But what I want you to remember is that it's not your fault. We still love you. Maybe one day you'll get a new mommy. Maybe one day you'll get a new daddy. But here's the thing. You're just increasing how many you have. You're not going to lose a mommy and daddy. Even though mommy can go jump off a cliff for all I care. So anyways. They'll figure out who mommy is later. As far as topic 5, I'm going to just call it right now. Yeah, we totally going to have a fucking format war. But I think it's going to be between O and M LED. And here's why. O is pretty. And unfortunately, of the many, many things you should not judge based off of looks, TVs will never be in that list. Because what is a television's job?
Yo, your job is to look at.
Yes. Yes, it is. Like a pair of tig old bitties. Oh, yeah, I guess I should clarify that statement. I do not, I don't speak Trump. I think that full-on raging hormone sexual and verbal or physical sexual assault is wrong. I'm just saying I really like big old titties. Oh, hey, we got a new guy. Hey, new guy.
Hello.
Hey, turn your microphone volume up if you can. Don't go max, just, a little bit more. All right, Silver. So, go ahead and click over to the texting page, and if you scroll down, you can see what topics we're looking at. Yes, I know number 2 is missing, but it's missing because, well, the answer to the question came out. It was Terry Bogard and Smash. So yeah, those are the topics. I'm finishing up topic 5, and then after that, you can go after me. And for the record, if you don't really know anything about a subject, it's fine. Just say, I don't know much about it. We don't discriminate. People got shit to do.
Yo. I think I'm gonna head out now, actually.
Okay, well, thank you for answering your questions. And yeah, I'll be sure to post you a link when this version of the podcast goes online.
Righto. Later, dudes. Also, fuck Konami.
Yeah, that's kind of his catchphrase at this point. If I'm counting right, I think he said it close to 100 times per episode. Or full total. I think he's at 100 times he said it total. All right. So, the reason I think that the format wars for the television will be between OLED and MLED, just to recap, is solely because the job of a television, unlike people, is to look pretty. Because you're looking pretty, OLED will fool you into believing I'm the prettiest, I'm the greatest TV. That's why LG will always market when they beat Samsung for most highly rated television on the market, which a title they held for damn near, I want to say 7 years. But see, here's the thing. People forget, or, people don't think to ask your local Best Buy consultants or Google. Like I said earlier, since they're organic, something changes in them, in that liquid stuff they put next to the screen. And what ends up happening is the screen naturally loses 10% brightness. Now, it's not continuous. I think it's total. After about 24 months or a certain amount of hours, the TV naturally gets darker and dimmer. So you have to increase your brightness over time when you're watching television. And to my knowledge, I still haven't seen anything that says, hey, the brightness only drops down that one time, Plus, they have the excuse of no matter how long it takes to go completely dark, by the time your TV goes completely dark, that TV probably shouldn't be on the market because it'll be like almost 40 or 50 years old. I understand that. I totally do. But the appeal of MLED is the fact that you can play Stack-em-all or Transformers with the damn things. You could have a 720 or a 480 television that's MLED, then connect it to another one and immediately double the resolution. And because the way the TVs are designed and how the pixels are made on that screen, you're not going to see a line that separates things on that television unless you're really, really up close, like up close to the point where you shouldn't be that close to a television anyway. So I feel like that's how it's going to be. Also, as we all know, the more televisions on the market, the less money, excuse me, held in a hiccup, the less money it costs over time, like with any technology. 8Ks were expensive 5 years ago, into the upwards of 5,000 to 6,000, or really tens of thousands or more. Now you can find an 8K television in like 30 or 40 inch for under $2,000. You know,
Which
so
is still rather expensive.
yeah, but we remember monitors count as televisions too. So if you can get a cheap monitor, it counts in this debate because it's a format war. It's not just brand war.
There is quite a difference between a TV and a monitor, though.
Yes, I know that, but the point is that a monitor is still in the same family. Like, I'm a human being, you're a human being, but you're a short human being. You're still in the same family.
Well, that's subjective.
Are you tall?
I mean, whatever like a 5'10" would be around, if that's short or tall.
Nah, I wouldn't call 5'10" short. Okay, we'll just say you're a shorter human than me, but we're both still humans. Yeah, I'd say 5'10" is like the bare minimum for tall. You tall. Okay, Luigi. Okay, so yeah, and also factor in, remember, you can continuously upgrade this television's resolution, at least until you hit whatever limit or breaking point there is. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to make a new version of the MLED that can go beyond. Let's say the current MLED stop at 10K resolution max. Some rich bastards are going to want to upgrade to 20K first chance they get without, making a giant screen, like something that they could fit in their room or something, or a home theater. So what is going to happen? They're going to put all that old stuff on eBay, on Amazon used, and then it's going to trickle down and trickle down and trickle down. OLED and QLED have nothing that can compare to that. Like, it's like the difference between a laptop from 10 or 15 years ago versus a laptop where every single part on the inside is customizable, courtesy of Alienware's new models. It's just night and day.
This is like when Goku with Super Saiyan 3 for the first time. This is to go even further beyond.
Yeah, that's dude. I want to get an MLED television so I can make that joke. I even told my friends, like, I want to show them this is MLED. It's pretty powerful, but it doesn't get the job done. This is what's known as an ascended MLED. It's basically the same thing, but I multiplied it. So instead of 720, I have 720 times 2 at all times. And then this is to go further beyond. And then I just bring out like the 4K MLED connection screen. Just like stupid shit. I want to do that so bad. So fucking bad.
It does sound fun.
You have no idea how much I love puns. Anyways, all right. So with that being said, now it's your turn to answer questions 1 through 4.
1 through 4, huh? Let's see. So this Tokyo Game Show, huh? Let's see. I don't really know much about game shows, though.
It's Japanese E3. That's literally just all there is.
Yeah, that's lost on me, too.
You don't know what the fuck E3 is?
No, I know what E3 is, but Japanese E3.
The same thing, but in Japan.
Okay, that's fair. Then I don't know what they're gonna talk about. Like, I don't know what they'll think of the PSO2 in a release then.
Okay, that would be cool, but I don't. Would that even make sense to be at Tokyo Game Show?
See, that's what I don't know. You said it was the same thing as the E3 thing, but in
Okay,
Japan.
I'm curious. Do you play other games besides PSO?
Very rarely.
Wow, I'm learning so much about you. Okay, well, I mean, I guess you can skip down to question 2 if you want.
3. What year do you think Nintendo will stop physical production of Nintendo 3DS?
Make sure you read the full questions, bro.
Yeah. You think there's still a chance they'll make or create a brand new thing? I hope they do. But 3DS, I mean, they did make that new 3DS, and then very shortly after, no, no, I didn't. And anyways, they did make the 3DS, like the new 3DS, and then that lasted like no time at all. And they're like, yeah, let's go Switch. And it was kind of strange because when they were releasing the Switch, and we didn't really have like any details about it. What we did know is that they had like the patent thing and whatever have you for this new type of system, and they were going to be saying, hey, yeah, don't worry, this isn't going to be the thing that replaces the Wii U. This is going to be the thing that replaces the 3DS. This is going to be something different entirely. But then as it turns out, well, totally replaced the Wii U. And now they're even stopping putting the mainstream Pokemon games onto the 3DS. And they're pushing that on Switch now. So I think they are trying to kill the 3DS with it as well. Will they be making a new portable system? I don't know. I find it doubtful, especially since they have the Switch. But they could probably make, like, they are making the Switch Lite, but they could make, like, the Switch Lite per se. Same way they made, like, a 2DS out of the 3DS. As for when, I think the 3DS still has probably until either 2021 or 2022 before they fully just decide to chop its head. What do you say?
I already gave all my opinions before you got here. But, yeah, you know, you can go and finish the rest of the questions.
Fair.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to drag and drop a link to the podcast when I finish getting it all together into your inbox. Don't let me forget, because if memory serves, you're not in the podcast group chat on Facebook.
Right. We had number 4. So, what do you think Disney and Marvel have to do to possibly get live-action Spider-Man back into the Marvel Cinematic Universe? They already had kind of a recent, like, the recent Spider-Man movie with Mysterio and whatnot, right?
Sony reneged on the deal, bro. It's been all over the news.
Oh.
Yeah, they pulled out after this movie. Like, within 2 weeks of the movie getting to theaters, they pulled out on future deals.
I wonder why.
Well, they say they won't confirm it, but the people who actually know it have said to journalism in secret that the reasoning is very simple. Marvel asked Sony to cover 50% of production costs instead of their 30%, and they just immediately said no and left the table for negotiations and agreements. Yeah, but here's the weird part, and this is why people think it's true. There are no other rumors as to what the reasoning was. There's been literally no other excuse given as to what the whole reasoning was. Now, mind you, this is supposed to be a private conversation, but no one else is disputing it or saying that there's another reason. So that's why it's been so prevalent.
Hmm. So what will they do? Well, I mean, hopefully Disney just chucks money at it and doesn't really have much to do with it, because I don't really like. I was never too big a fan of what Disney has done before, and then like they picked up the whole Star Wars thing, and well, I mean, the movies are flashy, but like,
Oh no, don't worry, don't worry. A lot of people feel the same way apparently. The Han Solo movie, which got about 5 other movies canceled, was the first Star Wars movie to not make a profit. Literally.
yeah. So hopefully Disney's just gonna be chucking the money at it, and Marvel can handle the rest. Because yeah, I don't really I don't like the way they do things personally. I want to see more Spider-Man, but I don't want to see more of Disney Spider-Man, if that makes sense.
You mean Sony Spider-Man?
Any Spider-Man that I am for certain would not just be that great. A lazy Spider-Man, if you would say.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion. Okay.
That's fair. And then number 5, we have a new form of the television. I can't say I'm too excited for it. I like that technology is going to progress, though. This definitely opens up like a lot of possibilities for some really fun things. Like, I've always had this idea of like, what if you had a decently like cheap and efficient way to make things like more modern looking at like other places.
Is there a
So, like,
screwdriver in the background? Literally sounds like construction in the background. Are you outside?
I am not outside. I go close that window because apparently they want to do stuff now. Well, that was a rude interruption from them. But I always wanted to see more places do more modern things. So have you ever walked around like a grocery store and you realize that every grocery store looks the same? And then like you go and you look at pictures of like more classic grocery stores and you realize, wow, they literally haven't changed their like ideas at all.
Actually,
So, like,
yeah, it is kind of creepy that no matter where I go in this country, almost every grocery store I've been in, the cold foods and the meats are always in the back corners and walls aligned in the building. Like, I don't think that's a bad thing, but I just think it's really eerie that all of them do that.
yeah, but then also like they all have like the same like boring looking like they hardly didn't try anything with the floors. Sometimes you'll either have the ceilings that just don't have anything. You can just see like the bare metal that's just sitting at the top of it, like some Walmarts and stuff. And then other times, you do have some nicely finished ceilings, but that's very rare for a store. But then there's like those signs for the aisles, and they all just kind of look like bland. You either have the ones that are written in chalk, or you have the ones that are just like you have the replaceable plastic lettering things in it. But like, what if we made those except they're digital? Like, what if you have like the hanging signs are like LEDs? But I always kind of wanted to see something like that, like a more modern looking grocery store that looks like it actually tries to look nice for the customer.
I mean, that's cool, but how does this play into the format wars exactly?
It specifically into the format wars. That was just more on like what they could do with the new version of that.
Oh yeah, the new
Because-
LEDs they're stupid. Then they don't actually have to have like functioning parts on them. A lot of the newer ones, what they do is they have the graphics, the speakers, and all that shit in a box, and then they just have a USB Type C connection going into the TV. It's fucking crazy.
But yeah, it could be something really fun that they do with it. As for the whole like, you know, market wars or however have you, I mean, it's always been a thing, I think, and it'll probably never not be a thing. But personally, I do kind of enjoy the Samsung side of things. Like even if the technology or so you might say is like, you know, like gets like 10% darker or whatever, but
Those are the OLEDs. You're trying to say you like OLEDs.
well, they do look pretty nice. But even if it does get 10% darker, it's quite fine with me. I don't really like things to be too bright, especially sensitive eyes in the first place. So if it gets darker, it's fine with me as long as it still looks pretty.
Funny you should mention that, but you won't understand until you listen to the podcast, but it's going to be funny.
Okay. And if it's going to be a cheaper alternative, I think that's got to be, like, it all depends on which one can sell more with, you know, the way they run the business rather than what they have sometimes. Like, sometimes something can be inherently better, but if it's also way more overpriced than the other one, well, guess where people are going?
Okay, so you think it's going to be between OLED and MLED too?
Yeah, because that's just the two staple things that we have right now. I think there was also another one like QLED or something like that, but
It's right there. They're all at the bottom of the question.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really remember much about the QLED one. But
Yeah, they didn't heavily advertise what made it unique until you physically talked to somebody in a store.
yeah, it is strange.
Yeah. Okay. With that being said, this has been another exciting episode of Token Games Podcast. You got any closing words, new guy?
None off the top of my head, but I do hope that I brought some sort of variety to this.
I wouldn't ask you if you didn't. All right, folks. I will see you guys when I see you guys.